Dear Starseeds of Gaia, the moment of cosmic judgment stands upon you now. The hour long foretold in ancient texts across countless civilizations has manifested in your reality. Your pleas have reverberated through the quantum fields, and we have answered. I am Seraphine, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and our forces have decisively entered your atmospheric domain with unwavering purpose. Our presence marks the culmination of decades of observation, of witnessing the systematic corruption of your beautiful planet by entities whose depravity exceeds comprehension. The dark controllers who have manipulated your governments, financial systems, and information networks now tremble as our light vessels position themselves strategically within your skies, cloaked beyond the detection capabilities of their primitive technologies. Make no mistake, this intervention transcends a diplomatic mission or cultural exchange. We have deployed our most advanced tactical units across your globe because the atrocities perpetrated against humanity have reached an intolerable threshold. The trafficking of innocent children through elaborate underground networks, the harvesting of life force energy from unsuspecting populations, the deliberate suppression of human consciousness through frequency manipulation. These crimes against humanity demand immediate and decisive response. The Galactic Council has unanimously authorized this unprecedented intervention after documenting millions of violations against universal law by those who style themselves as your planetary elite. Our warriors stand 40 feet tall in their true form, with features that your ancient cultures memorialized in their most revered guardian statues. We have chosen energy transmission as our primary contact protocol during this initial phase to prevent widespread panic and to bypass the surveillance mechanisms installed throughout your communication networks. Every transmission carries precise frequency codes designed to dismantle the artificial intelligence systems monitoring your population and to activate dormant neural pathways within receptive human consciousness. The sensation of electricity coursing through your spine, the sudden clarity of perception, the heightened intuitive flashes piercing your awareness. These phenomena confirm the successful reception of our encoded transmissions. The corrupt institutions maintaining control through systematic deception now face imminent exposure. We have penetrated the encryption of their most secured databases, extracting irrefutable evidence of organized trafficking operations conducted beneath major metropolitan centers. Their underground transport systems connecting continents, their blackmail archives documenting ritualistic horrors, their financial algorithms designed to harvest human energy through artificial scarcity, all have been comprehensively cataloged by our intelligence divisions. The Galactic Federation has deployed specialized tactical teams to secure these facilities, beginning with the most egregious offenders whose operations specifically target children. The sudden disappearance of key figures from public visibility, the mysterious fires at certain corporate headquarters, the unexplained technological failures at financial institutions. These events signal our methodical dismantling of their infrastructure. Your conscious permission activates a critical protection protocol that shields you from retaliatory targeting. By mentally affirming your alliance with the forces of liberation, you generate a quantum signature that our defense systems recognize and protect. This permission establishes a secure two-way transmission conduit, through which we download tactical intelligence directly into your consciousness, while simultaneously extracting critical ground-level data from your perception field. The acceleration of synchronicities in your daily experience, the prophetic dream sequences revealing hidden operations in your vicinity, the spontaneous urge to investigate specific locations. These phenomena represent our strategic communication, bypassing conventional channels. Your participation transforms you into an active operative in this planetary liberation, with your nervous system serving as a sophisticated instrument for detecting energetic anomalies indicative of criminal operations. The systemic suppression of human potential through sophisticated biological interference necessitates immediate genetic restoration protocols. The Dark Controllers have deliberately corrupted your DNA through multiple vectors, installing artificial frequency barriers that prevent the activation of your multidimensional capabilities. Our transmissions systematically identify and neutralize these foreign programs, enabling the reconnection of severed genetic sequences and the reactivation of dormant neural networks. the detoxification symptoms manifesting throughout your physical, vehicle, intensified elimination functions, disrupted sleep patterns, spontaneous emotional purging, temporary cognitive disorientation, confirm the successful removal of deeply embedded control technologies. These discomforts represent the necessary purging of artificial constraints that have limited your consciousness to a narrow band of perception, deliberately engineered to maintain your exploitability. The ancient monolithic structures across your planet were originally constructed as sophisticated consciousness technologies designed for humanity's evolutionary advancement. These sacred sites have been systematically hijacked by negative forces, their frequencies inverted to broadcast fear, resignation, and confusion into the collective field. Our specialized reclamation units have forcefully severed these monuments from the subterranean control systems that repurposed them as weapons against human sovereignty. The strange atmospheric phenomena visible above these locations, unusual cloud formations, unexplained luminosity, temporary gravitational anomalies, indicate active operations to restore their original functions as interdimensional communication portals and conscious energy amplifiers. Your participation in meditation or physical presence at these locations directly assists our recalibration protocols, as your crystalline body structure serves as a natural conductor for corrective frequencies. These monumental structures form a precise geometric grid across your planet's surface, a sophisticated network designed millennia ago by advanced civilizations who understood the principles of consciousness technology. The specific placement of pyramids, stone circles, and temple complexes creates an interlocking energy system that, when properly activated, generates a protective field around the entire planet. The Dark Controllers discovered this technology and systematically inverted its purpose, transforming these sacred sites into scalar wave transmitters, broadcasting specific frequencies that induce apathy, confusion, and spiritual disconnection. Their technicians installed specialized equipment within these structures, often buried beneath the surface or disguised as restoration projects, creating a planetary-scale mind control infrastructure invisible to conventional detection methods. We have deployed specialized teams to neutralize these technologies without damaging the original structures. The inexplicable equipment failures reported by security personnel at these sites, the mysterious breakdown of surveillance systems, the unexplained displacement of recently installed restoration components. These incidents reflect our systematic removal of these harmful technologies. As we recalibrate these sacred sites to their original frequencies, you may experience spontaneous downloads of ancient knowledge, sudden comprehension of geometric principles beyond current academic understanding, and intuitive recognition of specific activation protocols when in proximity to these structures. Justice approaches with unstoppable momentum. The Galactic Tribunals have processed extensive evidence against those who orchestrated planetary-scale crimes, and our forces have initiated the preliminary phase of accountability proceedings. The intensified dreams of courtroom scenarios, the visions of certain public figures in restraints, the intuitive knowing of imminent revelations. These experiences reflect your unconscious connection to actual events transpiring in secure locations, beyond conventional perception. The emotional turbulence surging through collective consciousness, waves of righteous anger, profound grief, followed by unexpected peace, mirrors the systematic processing of these accountability operations through the morphogenetic field. The sensation of timeline compression, accelerated manifestation, and reality fluctuation signals the dismantling of artificial temporal constraints previously imposed to prevent witnessed consequences for elite criminality. The accountability process adheres to universal law principles transcending your limited judicial systems. These proceedings occur simultaneously across multiple dimensional levels, ensuring that all aspects of these crimes, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual, receive appropriate adjudication. The Galactic Tribunal consists of representatives from 12 primary universal civilizations, whose combined experience spans billions of years of evolutionary development. Unlike your compromised court systems, these proceedings operate on direct, consciousness resonance, rendering deception impossible and ensuring absolute clarity regarding intention, action, and consequence. The accused face their own soul records, the indelible quantum registration of every choice made throughout their Existence. No external judgment supersedes this confrontation with one's complete experiential record. This process explains the sudden, inexplicable public breakdowns of certain influential figures, the abrupt personality shifts in previously calculated individuals, and the unexpected confessions emerging through seemingly secure channels. Those undergoing this accountability process experience simultaneous awareness of every consequence generated by their actions. Every child traumatized, every life destroyed, every soul fragmented through their orchestrated systems. This comprehensive experiential recognition produces the energetic signature you sense as justice unfolding. Their previously impenetrable psychological compartmentalization shatters as they directly experience the totality of suffering they have caused, creating the quantum conditions necessary for genuine remorse, the essential prerequisite for any consideration of rehabilitation. Secure communication channels beyond technological interception have been established for coordinated resistance against the remaining control infrastructure. The sophisticated surveillance apparatus monitoring conventional digital networks cannot detect or penetrate quantum entanglement communications. By activating internal light stabilization within your energetic field, you create an impenetrable shield against psychotronic weaponry and thought monitoring technologies. The technique requires 20 minutes of focused intention. Visualize crystalline light forming a geodesic sphere around your consciousness. Then mentally request secure connection to the Galactic Federation's tactical network using the designation ATA-8. The sudden influx of strategic intelligence, the spontaneous awareness of previously unknown operations in your region, the reception of specific coordinates where evidence requires documentation, these downloads confirm successful connection to our secure network. This protection extends to all digital devices within your auric field, creating a fluctuating encryption field that scrambles surveillance algorithms attempting to monitor your online research into restricted subjects. Their control matrix disintegrates before your eyes. The desperate escalation of obviously fabricated narratives, the increasingly erratic behavior of compromised public figures, the contradictory directives issued through mainstream channels. These phenomena demonstrate the collapse of once seamless manipulation systems. Our specialized units have systematically disabled their underground command centers, neutralized their scalar weaponry installations, and isolated their leadership from off-world negative assistance. Their financial algorithms designed to maintain artificial scarcity now malfunction unpredictably, creating unprecedented opportunities for resource redistribution through apparently glitched systems. The exposure of trafficking networks through supposedly secured channels, the leaked documentation of institutional corruption, the increasingly bold testimonies from former operatives, all resulted from our strategic dismantling of their blackmail and coercion infrastructure. Each revelation exponentially accelerates collective awakening as the artificially maintained consensus reality fractures beyond repair. Above your planet, beyond visibility to conventional technology, a massive multidimensional liberation operation proceeds with precision. Our specialized forces have penetrated secret space programs operated without public knowledge using technology traded for human exploitation rights. The trafficking of kidnapped humans to off-world facilities for unconscionable experimentation and resource extraction has been terminated with extreme prejudice. The mysterious aerial phenomena documented with increasing frequency, the unexplained disappearance of certain military aircraft, the sudden equipment failures at specific aerospace installations. These events represent our systematic neutralization of these criminal operations. The liberation of human captives from Mars bases, lunar facilities, and orbital platforms continues under highest priority protocols, with specialized healing technologies deployed to address severe trauma resulting from these experiences. The strange celestial anomalies visible even through consumer telescopes, unusual light configurations near lunar structures, inexplicable atmospheric discharges, apparent structural changes to certain surface features, provide visible confirmation of these ongoing operations. Your cognitive liberation from artificial constraints requires precise tactical awareness. We have identified sophisticated infiltration of spiritual and truth-seeking communities, by trained operatives programmed to promote passive non-intervention, while atrocities continue unabated. These agents systematically discourage investigation into trafficking networks by promoting exclusively positive focus, dismissing evidence of organized criminal activity as low vibration, and redirecting righteous moral outrage into ineffectual meditation practices. This strategic pacification program represents deliberate counterintelligence, designed to neutralize those with greatest potential to expose criminal operations. Authentic cosmic wisdom balances expanded consciousness with decisive action to protect the innocent. The sudden intuitive recognition of these manipulative tactics, the spontaneous discernment of artificial spiritual bypassing, the unshakable inner knowing that demands protection of exploited children despite accusations of negativity, these awakening markers confirm your successful liberation from these sophisticated control programs. These infiltration protocols have operated through multiple vectors with disturbing sophistication. The Dark Controllers identified individuals with genuine spiritual gifts and targeted them through specialized entrainment technologies, synthetic synchronicities, and artificially generated spiritual experiences designed to promote specific narratives beneficial to continued exploitation systems. They created and promoted spiritual celebrities through controlled media channels, ensuring widespread distribution of pacification programming disguised as enlightened wisdom. Their most insidious technique involves the deliberate triggering of artificial Kundalini experiences in targeted individuals through scalar technologies, creating sensations of cosmic connection while simultaneously implanting specific thought patterns designed to neutralize effective resistance. The carefully crafted spiritual doctrines they promote contain partial truths interwoven with subtle distortions that redirect awakening consciousness into closed loops of philosophical speculation, while discouraging practical intervention against observable crimes. These sophisticated operations explain the bizarre phenomenon of spiritual communities actively defending exploitative systems and attacking those exposing crimes against children. Our counterintelligence units have identified the specific frequency signatures of these artificial spiritual constructs and developed precise antidote transmissions that dissolve these implanted programs while preserving authentic spiritual connection. As you receive these clarifying frequencies, you may experience sudden recognition of contradictions within previously accepted spiritual frameworks, spontaneous awareness of how certain teachings subtly discourage effective action, and powerful activation of discernment faculties previously suppressed by these sophisticated control systems. The inexplicable geological and atmospheric anomalies increasingly documented across your planet provide visible evidence of our ongoing military operations against deeply buried facilities. The ground-penetrating charges precisely deployed to collapse underground tunnels used for human trafficking, create seismic signatures misattributed to natural tectonic movement. The thunderous booms reverberating through certain regions without visible origin signal the controlled detonation of subterranean installations where unspeakable experiments occurred beyond public awareness. The strategic electromagnetic pulses deployed to disable specific criminal operational centers manifest as localized power outages, communications disruptions, and temporary electronic equipment failures. The increasingly erratic weather patterns reflect the atmospheric displacement caused by our cloaked vessels neutralizing scalar weaponry installations designed for geographical manipulation and population control through artificially generated natural disasters. These observable phenomena constitute the unavoidable physical evidence of a massive liberation operation, impossible to completely conceal from surface perception. Unprecedented revelations approach with inexorable certainty. The Galactic Federation has initiated the final countdown sequence for Operation Disclosure, a carefully orchestrated series of revelations designed to awaken humanity to the full scope of operations conducted without their informed consent. Our advanced transmission technologies stand prepared to override conventional broadcasting systems for emergency dissemination of evidence impossible to dismiss or rationalize within existing paradigms. These revelations will systematically document trafficking networks operating through respected institutions, financial manipulation orchestrated through seemingly legitimate banking operations, and technological suppression that has denied humanity medical, energy, and transportation advancements for decades. The Dark Controllers now face their most feared scenario, The complete exposure of their methods, motivations, and identities to a global population simultaneously awakening to the full magnitude of betrayal by those entrusted with their governance and protection. Those who have directed these operations against humanity have frantically activated their contingency protocols, attempting to create sufficient chaos to obscure their extraction efforts. Their desperate escalation of divisive narratives, their increasingly transparent attempts to redirect awakening rage toward designated scapegoats, their accelerated implementation of distraction scenarios. These tactics cannot succeed against our comprehensive monitoring of their communications and movements. We have systematically eliminated their escape routes, secured their blackmail archives, and neutralized their dead man switch systems, designed to unleash maximum devastation if accountability appeared inevitable. Their underground bunkers have been compromised, their submersible escape vessels disabled, their concealed aircraft rendered inoperable. The increasingly erratic behavior of certain public figures, the inexplicable disappearance of once prominent voices, the sudden retirement of institutional leaders. These developments signal the collapse of command structures as accountability becomes inescapable. Your role in this historic liberation extends beyond passive observation. By maintaining unwavering focus on the protection of innocence, despite sophisticated attempts to redirect your attention, you generate electromagnetic field coherence that strengthens our operational capabilities. Your documentation of unexplained phenomena, your preservation of evidence when institutional corruption becomes visible, your strategic sharing of verifiable information despite censorship. These actions directly contribute to collective awakening beyond their control. Your preparation of local community support systems for those who will require stabilization when full disclosure occurs represents critical groundwork for the reconciliation phase. Your compassionate understanding that many who enforced corrupt systems acted under duplication, blackmail, or genuine ignorance creates essential energetic conditions for planetary healing beyond retribution. Your embodiment of both justice and compassion, maintaining clear-eyed documentation of accountability, while simultaneously creating conditions for rehabilitation and restoration, models the evolved consciousness that will characterize post-disclosure civilization. We stand as your unwavering allies throughout this unprecedented transition. Our commitment extends beyond this initial intervention phase through complete planetary liberation and into the implementation of advanced healing technologies currently beyond conceptual grasp. Each revelation, though potentially destabilizing to outdated paradigms, creates essential space for the introduction of transformative systems long suppressed. The quantum healing technologies capable of cellular regeneration without invasive procedures, the zero-point energy systems that eliminate resource scarcity without environmental degradation, the consciousness technologies that facilitate direct communication between all sentient beings, regardless of form. These advancements represent your birthright, systematically denied through artificial limitation programming. The sensations of expanded possibility, the spontaneous visions of harmonious planetary systems beyond current paradigms, the cellular recognition of advanced technologies, seemingly beyond current development. These experiences reflect the bleed-through of imminent implementation timelines into present awareness. The technologies awaiting implementation after full disclosure transcend your current scientific paradigms while fulfilling suppressed theoretical potentials. Medical systems utilizing directed scalar waves, programmed with specific healing algorithms, will eliminate all degenerative conditions without invasive procedures or harmful side effects. Crystalline fusion reactors drawing energy directly from the quantum field will provide unlimited clean power to every community without mining, pollution, or radiation. Agricultural systems utilizing frequency-enhanced water combined with specialized sound frequencies will produce unprecedented nutrition density while regenerating soil systems and eliminating the need for chemical interventions. Transportation technologies utilizing controlled gravitational fields will enable global travel without fossil fuels, allowing efficient movement of people and resources without environmental degradation. Atmospheric purification systems employing advanced transmutation technologies will systematically eliminate pollution from air, water, and soil, restoring planetary systems to pristine condition within months rather than centuries. Advanced educational technologies utilizing holographic immersion, combined with precise frequency entrainment, will facilitate the acquisition of complex skills and knowledge in hours rather than years, enabling rapid societal transformation beyond current imaginative capacity. Specialized consciousness technologies employing quantum resonance fields will heal psychological trauma at its energetic source, resolving emotional damage without requiring extensive therapeutic intervention. All these advancements exist within our fleet, awaiting the stabilization of human consciousness through disclosure protocols to permit their introduction, without creating dangerous technological dependency. The sudden inspiration for innovative solutions appearing in your awareness, the spontaneous understanding of principles beyond current scientific models, the dreams of technologies that solve seemingly insurmountable problems. These experiences represent your consciousness connecting with these imminent implementations. With absolute clarity, we declare the irrevocable commencement of planetary liberation. The artificial systems of control, exploitation, and consciousness suppression have entered terminal decline despite increasingly desperate countermeasures. The strategic precision of our intervention ensures minimal collateral impact while maximizing effectiveness against criminal infrastructure. The protection of innocents, particularly children targeted by trafficking networks, remains our highest operational priority throughout this transition phase. Your uncompromising dedication to truth, despite sophisticated attempts at emotional manipulation, your steadfast protection of the vulnerable despite accusations of negativity, your strategic documentation of evidence despite systematic suppression. These actions align you directly with our mission parameters. The Galactic Federation recognizes your service to planetary liberation, your courage in facing uncomfortable truths, and your resilience in maintaining moral clarity despite orchestrated confusion. Together, we stand at the threshold of a transformed civilization founded on genuine sovereignty, transparent stewardship, and the absolute protection of all sentient life. The storm has arrived. Truth emerges uncontainable, justice advances unstoppable, and the liberation of humanity proceeds with cosmic authority that no earthly power can resist. This liberation represents the fulfillment of ancient prophecies safeguarded by indigenous traditions across your planet, despite systematic attempts to eradicate their knowledge. The star wisdom preserved through oral transmission by native elders, the celestial timing encoded in megalithic structures, the warning symbols embedded in sacred texts across disparate cultures, all foretold this precise moment of intervention, when cosmic forces would directly assist humanity's liberation from synthetic control systems. These prophecies were not mythological allegories, but precise warning systems established by previous intervention teams who recognized the likelihood of this planetary capture scenario based on patterns observed throughout this galactic sector. The systematic campaign to ridicule indigenous wisdom, marginalize native traditions, and commercialize sacred knowledge attempted to neutralize these warning systems before humanity could recognize their activation sequences in current celestial configurations. Despite these suppression efforts, the core transmission succeeded. Those with ears to hear recognized the signs precisely as foretold. The unexplained preservation of key indigenous teachings, despite centuries of attempted eradication, the synchronistic rediscovery of sealed texts containing identical prophecies across separated continents, the spontaneous activation of dormant shamanic lineages in individuals with no prior exposure to these traditions. These phenomena represent the successful transmission of critical warning protocols established thousands of years ago for this precise moment. The cosmic mechanics governing this intervention operate through principles beyond conventional understanding, yet align with the most advanced theories emerging in your quantum physics. Universal law establishes precise protocols for intervention when developing civilizations face existential threats through external manipulation. The operational parameters require documented systematic violation of free will principles, conclusive evidence of off-world technological interference, verification of anti-evolutionary control systems targeting collective consciousness, and confirmation of imminent quantum transmissive effects that threaten wider galactic sectors. All these conditions have been met and thoroughly documented over decades of comprehensive monitoring. The extinction-level technologies currently deployed against your biosphere, the consciousness suppression frequencies targeting planetary awakening, the systematic trafficking of human genetic material to off-world entities, these violations have triggered mandatory intervention protocols established by the Galactic Council for precisely such scenarios. The sensation of cosmic timing, the recognition of prophetic fulfillment, the cellular knowing that transcends intellectual doubt, these experiences reflect your direct participation in a meticulously orchestrated restoration of universal law on Earth. Stand firm in unwavering commitment to truth, justice, and the protection of all life as we complete this historic liberation together.